Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Sure. Thank you. Hello everyone. I'm Ashok Veda. I work as a lead mentor at Datamites. Today we have Sidhharth Sahu with us. Siddharth got just placed last week or week before, right, Siddharth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he started his data science career journey. So he is here with us to share his experience and a bit of profile and the way he have studied, so that other learners can learn from his success story. I'm gonna start the recording as yeah. Siddharth, over to you. You could give me a quick brief.
Yeah, sure, sir. Uh, I cannot turn on my camera because
No, that's okay. No problem.
okay.
You're not at the
So,
place to turn on the camera. That's okay. You can just.
yeah, sure. So hi everyone. I'm Sidhharth Sahu, and I am from Odisha. So I have done my BTech from in the year of 2018. Then after I have done more. I have more than 2 years of experience in marketing and sales field. Because of Corona, you know the situation about in 2020. So at that time, I lost my job. So I am a bit confused about my career, how to pursue my career further. So then my one of my elder brother he suggested me that just have a look about data science. This is the growing industry that coming into the future. So I just go through internet and research about data science. So I found that it involves math and statistics, and I love math.
Siddharth, can you switch on the video? I think Datamites team has done something for you.
Okay, okay,
Is it technically it was not possible? Now, yeah, perfect.
yes, yes,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
okay. So after I lost my job, so my elder brother suggested me about data science. So I'll Google about it, and I have done some research. So I found that it involves math and statistics, and I love math. So I thought I'll give
Very
it a
few people
try.
who love maths, isn't it?
Sir,
There are very few people who love maths.
I got around 99 in my 12th, so
Oh,
I'm
wonderful.
pretty good in math.
Very good.
So that is the only subject I like. So and then I thought give it a try to data science. So then I moved to Bangalore, and I one of my friends suggested me about Datamites. So I give a visit to Datamites Institute in Bangalore. So I found that the staffs are very polite, and the ambience are very good. So I thought let's and the price also very affordable. So I thought let's join over here. Then I met Kalpana ma'am and Subhangi ma'am. So their teaching style. I like the teaching style. So I'm I'm pretty much happy because I joined Datamites.
That's wonderful to
That's
hear.
about it.
Very good. And then, okay, so how was the learning methodology? I mean, it was about 4 months of training and then internship and projects, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so how was your learning journey?
So actually, I joined Datamates at April in the month of April in 2022. So
Recently. So
yes,
you,
yes.
okay, so have you finished your course?
Pretty
You're
much, sir,
still,
because
so you got
uh,
placed before
yes,
completing your course. That's good.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Because I took CDS as well as AI course. Both the courses I took. So first I completed the CDS course.
Hmm.
Then I have completed my projects and all. Then I started my AI course side by side. I preparing for the interviews.
Okay, so that's very nice. So you started with interviews while you are doing your projects and other
Yes,
work. Okay. Okay. So who was your lead mentor? Kalpana and Shubhangi both?
yes, ma'am. Yes, Kalpana ma'am is for CDS course, and Subhangi ma'am is for DS course. Sorry, AI course.
Yeah, yeah, expert. Yeah, AI expert course. Okay, wonderful. So you are good in maths. So are you able to pick up the mathematical formulas in machine
Yes,
learning?
I'm like to pick a call. pick the mathematical and statistical part is pretty much easy, but I'm not into coding part because I used to do coding in my 2018. I'm passed out from 2018, so I forgot so many things. So that's
Domain
that's
are you from? What was your graduation?
I am a BTech graduate, sir.
Which domain? Which
Textile engineering.
oh, it's not related to IT. It's textile
No, no,
engineering.
no.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay,
that
that's
was
another
completely
inspiration.
different.
There's a lot of people ask me, do I have to be from computer science? I mean, I've been telling it for many years that it doesn't matter any graduation because data science requires a specific skills. So when it comes to getting into a career, your skill set is more important than your academic background. So happy to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go
Absolutely
ahead.
right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that's about it, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So, what kind of projects you have done during your Datamites project phase, which
Uh, there are
will
so
help in
many.
your interview? Yeah.
Uh,
So, this video is watched by many learning people, aspiring people. So, what are the things you learned which helped in interview? Let's put it from a job. You got a job. So, how do
yes,
you? What are the aspects in your learning which helped you in your final cracking the job interview?
yes. So when at the time of teaching part, na, so that time I'm doing making my notes and all when I came from the institute. So I'll take and like I'll go through the video lectures and I'll take make notes and all. Then when I was doing my projects, whenever I stuck somewhere, na, so I'll go through the videos again because Datamites also provides recording sessions and all. So I'll go through that videos again. So I'll brush up my concept. So then again I started my project and completed my projects. Whenever I started applying for the jobs, then I got to know that different companies' requirements are completely different. So whenever I applying for a job, according to the JD job description, so I'll go through different courses. Like when some company is working on SQL, so I have to learn about SQL. So because of I am applying for more interviews, so I'll brush up my all the concepts. That was
Again,
yes,
right. So
brush up my
revising
all.
multiple times really helps
Yes.
because so how many interviews you actually went before cracking this?
Around 4 to 5 interviews.
That is shocked because I see people going more than 10, but 4 to 5 is a good. So most of them arranged by data mines or you found something by yourself?
No, no, no. All are the arranged from
Arranged by
Datamites only. Yes.
okay, that's very, very good to know. Uh, what are the questions you faced in interview? What kind of specific questions? Yeah.
There are as you know, sir, I applied for 4 5 interviews. So every task is completely different. So I
Okay.
couldn't make it 4 5 in that 4 interviews. I couldn't make even to the technical round as well. So
Okay.
that
Okay.
is the thing. So when this company, when I was, they gave me a task about image classification, and using Flask, I have to make a UI so that they will upload a random image so that the model will predict something that is the correct thing or not. So that was the main task. So
CNN.
that
Hmm.
yes, that was I completed and I submitted. Then they will ask. Then they will call me and for the first round of technical round.
They called you for the technical rounds.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So in that technical round, they asked me some like basic questions as well, because this company is more towards computer vision only. So
Hmm.
they asked me about how convolution layers are work and how what the use of padding layer
Correct.
and what are the optimizers you are using.
Right.
These are the basic questions they ask.
Standard questions.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Wonderful. So I would like to make a point as well because now I work with many other companies. I also work as a recruiter for Fortune 100 companies in the field of data science and AI. The demand is so high. The companies are looking for a strong foundation. That's all. They're not really looking for someone who has done an extensive AI work. No, they're looking for someone with a solid foundation of the concepts. They have done few projects, maybe some internship, and that's what they're looking at. They're not even worried about your language and the academic background because we need people. And in the current market, if you do 100 interviews, it's difficult to find even few people who are good at the core concepts. So that's the actual status of the market. So all of your other things, including your soft skills, everything is actually secondary. It's good that you have it, but even if you don't have a great soft skills, good presentation, great academic background, that's fine. If you're good at what you're going, the job, what they're offering to you, which is in this case, computer vision, and if you're good at how a CNN works, how is that the padding works and everything, most companies are happy to take you because they will have anyway some training given from the seniors, from the project team members. That should be good enough, suffice for you to become productive in the projects.
Yeah.
Sidhharth, go ahead further. That's
So they are asking something some questions from the statistics as well, how hypothesis testing works, what is the type 1 error, type 2 error, and from the machine learning also they are asking how decision trees, and they gave some tasks to write codes, and that's it.
or they even ask you to write some codes.
Yes, yes,
Mostly Python, isn't it?
yes, yes.
It's completely
Obviously.
Python. So yeah, that's this of course. Okay. So how much time you spend per day while you're preparing for while you're learning? Let's say the first 4 5 months when you're learning data science, how much time you spend per day?
Yes, so basically, I am not a study person, so I used to spend around 2 to 3 hours in a day. That was dedicatedly. So that's enough for, like, whenever you start a journey. Now, if you are enough dedicated towards the towards anything, any job, so if you spend less time, also you are very productive in that time.
Yeah,
That was
rest
the
of the
thing.
time you're busy with your social media stuff. No.
No, no, I am not even using Instagram also.
One of the things I actually ask most of the learners, especially the young learners, freshers from the college and stuff, right? Because anyway, the working professionals have their own discipline, but when I was coming from the colleges, the distraction from the social media is a bigger problem for learning. As you said, a dedicated 2 3 hours is really good enough. In 6 months, you should be ready to the market, and there are so many opportunities waiting for you. Because as an interviewer, I know how hard time I face. If I interview 10 folks, I don't even get one person who speaks about objective function of a ML algorithm. So if you don't know what is an objective function itself, then you cannot really call yourself as an ML engineer or data scientist, isn't it? So
Yes,
that is the status we are as of now. So because I can say anything, but you as a learner and who are successful transitioning into career job with your dream package in the market, so your words actually value better because people who are learning can relate more to you than me. So you also confirm that 2 to 3 hours of dedicated study should be good
it's
enough.
good enough. Yes, yes, completely.
Okay. And when you're preparing for interview, what are the other things you have done? Like in terms of, do you have you practiced mock interviews or did you do any
Yes,
extra?
yes.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. When I was preparing for the interview, first Datamites conduct an interview. That was a mock interview. So when I attended that interview, then I know what on which place I am standing. Then that time I realized that I am not even up to the mark. So I raised my preparing standards. After that, I will make a proper notes whenever in 2 3 days there is an interview. So at least I will go through my notes at least. So I'll brush up my concept easily because everything is organized now, so we can brush up our concepts easily. So I'll make a proper notes, and I'll used to practice Python codes like 2 hours in a day every day. That was the first priority because code is everything in Python. Because whatever concept you have, that's in your mind only. If you not even write and mention that, you can't.
Very true. I fully agree with you. I just want to add one more thing in this, yeah, in line with what you're saying. Data science is a very vast topic, and it's often people think that I need to learn everything. And let me tell you, it is not possible. Even with someone like me, I've been researching on AI ML for more than 6 7 years now. I only need a part of it. And in fact, whatever I learned in the beginning, I forgot. So honestly speaking, so I don't remember that. And that's with everyone else. The concept here is to not to learn everything possible in data science because that is not possible and you just stress yourself and that's not productive. learning the things, the key concepts, which are really important for the job market or which are being tested for in the interviews to get your first break, right, is enough, right? So reducing in the syllabus and maintaining the notes, as Sidhharth says, because you would have referred, let's say you're talking about clustering. What's the difference between your classical k-means clustering and hierarchical clustering, right? So how this works and how that works, how a hierarchical clustering works. You would have seen multiple videos. You would have also learned from your mentors and trainers, and you would have looked into multiple blogs, right? Maybe 3, 4 sources, and you would have got your own knowledge. Like, oh, this is how it works. If you don't put that in a notebook, right? And next time when you want to revise, you have to go through all of these sources, and most of the time you forgot which source you actually liked and which you learned. So it's really, really important to maintain a running notes, right, and summarize the things which you understand, because you would have referred many authors, many video materials, many mentors would have taught you, but you would have learned in a way you can learn, right? Your own mind works in a different, unique way. That's how any mind works. And then if you summarize your way of like your understanding at the time, that gives you a really good notes. And when you revise it, you get it like this. And this is exactly the way we prepare for exams as well, isn't it? So we prepare our own notes. And I do remember my college days when we take the best, the best student notes, take a photocopy of it, and then just
We
and
all
just
used
read
to
it.
do that, sir.
Because that the best student notes basically summarizes what needs to be learned, what will be asked in the exam. So rather than reading the entire textbook, we take a photocopy of the best student, right, the topper in the class, and we just read it. I did myself, and most people do that. But in this case, if you make your own notes, when you learn from various sources, that really helps. So I would say, Sidhharth, one of your success factors is keeping a very good notes,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes, sir.
Oh, wonderful. So how many interview rounds attend, like the job you cracked right now? How many levels of interview they conducted?
They conducted 3 rounds of interview. The
Hmm.
first round is they gave me a task, as I said before, that was the CNN task, and the second round is technical round, and the third round is a normal round, like like how can I when they put me a situation, like if you are stuck in a code, how can you approach through that code and all that. That was the basic scenario based interview.
Okay. So the contextual questions.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is a trick I use as well all the time. Rather than asking a candidate about what is this, what is that, can you explain? I rather put it a little open. Like, what did you face any challenges in your project? What are the biggest challenge you faced in cleaning a data, right? So these questions requires a contextual answer. Only people who have worked in the projects, it could be an internship or learning projects, whatever it is, with a couple of more people in a group, only those people can answer these questions. Because when you read data preparation, it's just a bunch of concepts, right? And you don't really can explain them in a context. So that clearly tells whether the candidates actually worked in a project scenarios, maybe in a learning environment or in an internship or live environment. Have he worked, and what did he grasp? So is he able to apply the concepts into the application, into the real projects, right? Contextual questions are something which can uh, really can help interviewer to understand how good is the candidate, right?
Yes.
So anyone who is preparing for interviews, like what Sidhharth did, you have to prepare from a context perspective. So you can say computer vision, right? How do you, I don't know, most of the time, the problems we face with, face with computer vision is that, we are overfitting the model, and that doesn't work. How do you, we have concepts of dropping certain neurons and stuff, dropout layers and stuff. How do you actually do it? Then, rather than saying the concept that dropout, you do like this and you drop certain things, you say that, yeah, we had a bunch of data sets, and these are the images. First time when we tried, and it worked great for the training data set, but then we tested with a new one, the accuracy is very poor, which is just our model is overfitting, right?
Perfect.
And then we tried out this and tried out dropping certain, added few more layers. We added dropout layers. We changed our optimizing algorithm, this and that, improved a bit. We did this more and it improved a bit. And finally, we are there as required by the project requirements. This is a very good answer, because this is not just explaining the concept. This is just explaining your experience of using the concept in delivering the project. All right, sorry.
approach the
Um,
scenario.
uh, I'm taking more of your time, but very good. So you're happy with your job right now? You got the
Yeah,
package you're
completely.
looking for?
Yes.
When are you starting? You already
I
started? Yeah.
12th of December.
Oh, you already started.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you're already in the work, which is very
Yes.
good. Okay, wonderful. So I do not have any further questions. I thank you very much for taking the time because I know a lot of people get placed and they don't take time. So once they are done, I'll say, okay, I'm done. I got a job. I have nothing to do with the learning community. But there are few people who still take time to speak to the learning community because that's where you came from, right? And giving back to that, to the people who are aspiring to become a data scientist is very important, right? I personally get satisfaction when someone is successful, right? And I'm very happy when someone like you come forward to share the experience because you're helping not just because, as I said before, I have 20 years experience. People cannot connect to me for as they connect to you because you are very much like them who are learning right now and you are successful. So your story is more relevant than what I say. So I appreciate your contribution over here. Let's see if there are any questions from the people who are attending um, this live session.
Yes, sir.
Datamites team or someone who yeah, I have questions already. I also have questions in Q&A section. Let me take from Q&A section first. Jasim is asking his package. Let me take it. I already know your package. It is somewhere between 7 to 10 LPA, and that is more than what he wants. I don't want to give an exact number, but it is much more than the average package in the market. And he's happy. Look at him. So that should answer your question, right? What's the highest package has gotten by someone? It really depends, right? And I don't want to evade this question. I will answer this question. But before answering this question, I would like to tell something really important. The starting package of yours doesn't matter. And if you're already a working employee, let's say you're already getting 15 LPA or 20 LPA, right? You could start with a similar package without much of increment, maybe 10% increment. Because the first job in your transition, you could be a beginner or even experienced person. Your first salary does not matter. It could be as low as 4 or 5 LPA. It could be a 10 LPA or 15 LPA. I think Datamites 2 months before a student got 12 LPA, right? And there might be also 20 LPA for the beginners. I'm an the beginner, the highest salary I heard from Datamites till now is about 12.5 LPA, which is in last 3-4 months. I don't remember the previous things, but 3-4 months before, there was a candidate who got 12 LPA salary, right? That is a very exception because he also have a domain knowledge which the client is looking for. But what Sidhharth has done, he doesn't have any domain knowledge. He is from textile background. Even then, he managed to get a much more above average, right? It's a pure data science skill and also attitude to learn things and being really humble and team working because that's what we look at. The people who we want to hire, we are looking at more attitude and learning skills than other things, right? I don't know if I can reveal the company name, but Jasim, Datamites team will send you the company name. I cannot sell it on the live, but they will send you the company name over to your email ID. Okay. And that's what agreed, isn't it, Siddharth? We should not
Yes,
disclose
yes,
the
sir.
company. It was his request. Other participant will disclose it, but let's keep it. Whoever wants to know the company name, it's in Bangalore, right? But whoever wants to know, they can directly talk to Datamites. They will give you the details about the company and other things to you if you're interested. But please don't worry about the starting salary because when you join a company with whatever salary they offered, within 1 year, you become so valuable. The company which offered your salary should be fighting to keep you. Let's say you joined with 4 LPA, right? And after 1 year, if they're not giving you 100% hike, you're gone. So the company should be
That's
worried,
true. That's true.
not you. So please don't worry about the initial salary. You should worry about the work you're doing, the kind of company you're joining, the kind of work, because a lot of companies say it is data scientist, but you're maybe doing a simple data cleaning and those kind of jobs, right? Then you're not really adding value to yourself. So look at the kind of work they are offering, and of course the company which should be decent and good with the good HR policies and stuff, right? That's it. Your initial salary, it's not your problem because after 1 year, Your company will be worried to keep you if you're good. And at any point of time, you can get 100% hike and jump from the company if the salary is not good enough. Okay. I have a lot of other questions popping in. I'm gonna leave certain questions which is not to our discussion. I have a question from Uday. It says, does he crack interview in Mang companies with the stuff that you're giving as presently working in BPO sector as a process analyst? Can I crack? What is Mang? I don't understand what is Mang companies. Do you
Main
know what?
companies, yes, big companies, big MNCs like Google, Amazon.
Again, so let me tell you another again. Joining a big company, I don't recommend. Okay, you might get a better market value. You can even marry a better girl. You are working with Google, but from a career perspective, it is not good. Joining a medium small companies give you such a great exposure. I don't know how big is your company, Siddharth. I think it's a big company, but
Yes,
it's a big company. Okay, so Siddharth has joined one of the big MNCs. That's clear. But I recommend not to worry about the big MNCs. If they're a product-based company, if they have a right projects, yes. But a medium-sized company gives you more exposure than Google, for example. Joining a Google might give you a pride, but the kind of work and learning you do, which will be much better in the medium and small companies. Okay. To
yes.
answer your question, Siddharth has joined one of the large MNCs.
Not MNCs, sir, but mid-sized companies.
He's joined a mid-sized company. So
Yes.
then I like you. So because
Eh,
that's how to that's how
because when I realized that they gave me the better task. If I joined a MNC, so they will give me some basic tasks. But when I joined this company, they give my profile to a more exposure.
very good, very good. So I agree with you. So I was not aware because even I don't know which company you got. Just I got a last minute ping from Datamites to have a talk with you. I have a question from Sai Prasad. Did the mock interviews help for company interview? That's a question for you. Did the
Yes,
mock?
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely, mock interviews gives you confidence because when you are never go through some mock, if you hands-on experience on mock interviews, so it is like easy to crack a real interview because you know how to answer a question. If you make some faults also, so you can correct in your real interviews as
okay, wonderful. So okay, so I got a definition of Monk, Microsoft, Amazon, Adobe.
well.
I don't keep up with the latest lingo because I'm into more research. But let me tell you, the big companies today may not be big companies tomorrow. The world is changing very fast, right? Nokia at one point of time was the
Biggest,
the company for the phone. It's like
yes.
almost none, but now you see where they stand. So 10 years, give or take, your Monk will change into some other thing. I'm pretty sure about it. Okay. Okay, I have a question from Vignesh. How different is the real-time work from a capstone projects that in Datamites? Datamites also has a live project, right? So that's really important because live project is what we talk about in the interviews. But the question to you, Siddharth, so how is that real-time work different from what you have done in Datamites?
They are basically completely same, but in a different way. Like if you are working on Datamites project, so whatever you have done on the capstone projects or real-time projects, the same thing you can do the real world as well. But the thing is, the data size is matter. When how much data you have in the projects, you have less data. But in the real world, you have more data to start with.
Oh, wonderful. I think that answers the question precisely. Any other questions from other channels or YouTube or uh, any other channels, LinkedIn? Datamites team, if you could check the
One
comments.
question from YouTube. So
Yeah.
they're asking, how was your internship experience and how your internship experience helped you during the interviews?
Okay, cool.
In the internship experience really helps me because when you join the real company, so you at least go through the situations that you already faced before in your internship process. So that will really help me because when you join the company, your like how you behave, all these things are matters, really matters. So if you learn from the previous experiences, so this will really help you in the real world scenarios.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Siddharth. I have a question from Sai. saying challenges faced in interview. I think we discussed, but maybe you can say if anything specific you want to say. So the challenges faced in the interview.
Challenges. Actually, they asked me about some computer vision questions. So actually, I didn't remember the exact question, but yeah, I actually stuck in between because I couldn't give a answer to that question. But I saw the positive attitude that yes, I know right now, but 2 months down the line when I joined your company, I'll definitely answer this question in a better way.
Yeah.
I'll show him.
That's smart answer. Right. Very good. Thank you. But let me add to you. We don't expect people to answer all the questions. That's not possible. What we look at them is a confidence, whether they can learn. So what you said is to the dot, because that's exactly what I want to hear. Right. Sometimes interviewers ask questions which they don't know the answer. They just ask any question. I do that all the time. Right. What we are looking forward is that, hey, can you just Google and find out and fix it? Because that's what even the 5 years ML engineer do as well. So no one has anything in your brain. In fact, we take a lot of code from your GitHub. That's what we do. And that's not any projects. I deliver project for Fortune 100 companies. Honestly, 60-70% code is taken from GitHub, some other repositories. That's how it is. And we customize it for whatever our goal is. So if any questions asked which you don't know, that's a standard answer. And you made it a little bit more smarter. But the standard answer is I can easily learn it in a short time because it's a matter of just looking. I understand the concept, so maybe I can just spend some time. I can learn and answer it. Very good. I have a question from. Okay, you said you're different from. Okay, there's a question from other channel. I guess Datamites team has posted it here. It says you said. I mean, you means Sidhharth. You said you are from different background. What was your learning strategy? So you're from textile background. So what was your learning strategy?
So basically, as I said before, I'm good in math, so nothing much difficult in that field. But in between the coding part, I'm facing some problems because I never do this kind of codings before. So Python is the easy language, but when you doing the real world coding, that was completely different from the like basic Python. So I have to do lots of practice, especially for the coding.
Okay, wonderful. I have another question from Pranav Kumar. He says, do you think AI must be going along with the data science? AI
Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir. Continue.
Yeah, so I think that's a question for you. Do you think AI, I think it's a question for me or for him? You can answer, Sidhharth. Do you think AI must go along with data science?
Yes, yes, definitely. So AI is the future, obviously. So in the future also, currently also AI is the part of data science. Data science is part of everything.
Cool. So you have actually enrolled for data science plus AI
Yes.
within Datamites, right? I recommend that for now. So nowadays, most of the data science projects are also requiring AI skills, especially computer vision and NLP. So it's always good to not just stop at data science, also continue towards AI because they actually work together. AI has become one of the major toolkit for data science. Yeah, I think that answers the question. We are slightly over the time. Any more questions? Any more questions from anyone else from any other channels, Datamites team? No more questions. Wonderful. So I like that. All right. So thank you very much, Sidhharth. I really appreciate you coming forward. I also request all the successful candidates of Datamites to take an opportunity to come and discuss their current working or how they prepared, if they remember. That will inspire because there's so many people have doubts in their mind that it is not their field, especially people who are not from IT background. Datamite itself has conducted about 5 or 6 success stories who are from mechanical, civil, and you are from textile. We picked up from a different field, especially it seems so, right? But still, there is a lot of doubts about like, can I get into it? Like, I don't know coding, right? As you can confirm that you don't need to be a developer here. You just need a basic coding to understand how to download the package and do whatever is required in Python, right? So I thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best in your project, in your learning. And as you know, the journey starts from here for you. So a lot of people think that getting a job is the end point. It is not. And this field is ever changing. So always keep your learning spirit up, learn new things, and keep on moving up in the ladder. I wish you all the best, Sidhharth.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the people on the call, thank you very much for attending. I wish you all the best, you as well. Thank you.